If you enjoy after seeing my video, please give a like and subscribe my channel and click to the bell icon to get the notification of my future videos, and to view my previous videos just click on the I button or see inside the description box or at the end of the video. Mamata Banerjee taken oath as a Chief Minister of West Bengal for the third term on 5th May 2021 at 10 hours 45 minutes AM. I shall discuss how she will perform her third term as a Chief Minister of West Bengal. We will look at her oath ceremony chart according to Vedic astrology. Kark or Cancer Lagna, 2nd, 3rd, 4th house blank, Ketu in 5th house, 6th blank, Saturn in 7th house, Moon and Jupiter in 8th, Kumbh Rashi, 9th blank, Sun is 10th house, Mercury, Venus, Rahu in 11th house and Mars in 12th house. Look at the chart. Ascending or Lagna Lord Moon sitting in 8th house. It is a very bad position for Kark Lagna. From Lagna we see the stability of the government. It has been weak due to its position in the 8th house, which we consider the longevity and the stability. Jupiter being the lord of 6th, the house of diseases, enemy, deaths, and 9th house, the house of religion, justice, rights, etc. As 6th house lord is occupied in 8th, this indicates that this time people's health will suffer more than the last term, and health sector would be affected more too. As 9th house lord is in 8th house, this time government will disobey many constitutional law, order and justice, and like to proceed on her own way, which will create many law and order problem in this term. Luck won't be much favored. Have to struggle a lot to run this term of the government. As 8th house denotes imprisonment and conspiracy, there are great chances of imprisonment of some of our ministers and colleagues. She also won't be saved. From 7th house we consider opposition party, as Saturn strongly positioned in its own house. It indicates that this time the ruling party will be challenged by opposition party heavily of all their wrong deeds, and this would be a great headache for the ruling party. As 5th and 10th house Lord Mars occupied the 12th house and aspecting the Saturn, this indicates that there would be more clashes and fighting and differences of opinion in between the ruling and opposition parties and supporters related to many issues, and the ruling party forcibly like to dominate its opposition party, but won't be successful much in this time. There is an indication of insecurities and attempt to murder of some opposition leaders and supporters too. As 10th house Lord Mars in 12th house and 6th house Lord Jupiter in 8th house, this indicates that loss of work and unemployment will rise in many folds. For that, many people will leave this state and move to the other states and country. People, especially students and job seekers, will be highly disappointed. Government will borrow lots of money and debts will be increased many folds too. As 10th house lord is in the 12th house, this clearly indicates that some foreign countries are also involved into this state's affairs for funding and clandestine works. Students, research workers and job seekers will be highly affected to get a job here during her third time due to lack of industries. Though Mercury and Venus occupying the 11th house but afflicted by Rahu will get money in unethical way. This government will face great hurdle to run during Rahu Dasha until 2022. She will take lots of wrong decisions during this time. For that, her government's image will suffer heavily. Boosting economy will be a great problem. Government won't listen public voice much. Instead of like to dominate and dictate of its own terms and order. You may see some riots and law and order problem during this time, and some of its news would be suppressed by media too. People will be heavily depressed and annoyed much during her third term. As now Rahu Mahadasha running, you may see lots of disagreements and differences of opinion in between states and central and also with the opposition parties too. The situation will be unrest and law and order problem would be deteriorated much. Courts would be very busy during her third terms. Many cases would be landed in courts in this term to resolve different issues. This term won't be a smooth run. Chaos, unemployment, scarcity of jobs, riots, etc. would be a great headache for this government during this time. This government will face a great problem to run from 1st June 2022 onwards. Mamata Banerjee should give much attention on her health too from June 2022, especially from October 2022 onwards. A health hazard is indicating during this time. In a nutshell, as ascendant or Lagna Lord is not positioned strongly, it will be very difficult to complete her full third term. Thank you. Hope you all are fine. God bless you. Hare Krishna.